With a lot of modern shooters these days, be it first or third person, a strong emphasis on character visuals and more specifically skins has been placed on the ecosystem of online games. Whether those skins are unlocked and earned through gameplay or, sadly, the reality most of the time is purchased through a store with money, a lot of people enjoy the idea of being able to select a character or costume and skin for their online avatar. It can be as simple as a design or color scheme that you really like or you think stands out amongst other skins available, or it can go a little deeper than that. For myself personally, I find skins that are usually a little simpler but have a strong theme to be more interesting. And one of the aspects to skins that I probably enjoy the most out of any are faceless skins, where you can't put a face to the character you're looking at. Now, this isn't always the case, and there are exceptions for everything, but I much prefer skins that don't have a set character and backstory behind them for online shooters. The nameless, faceless character is more interesting to me personally, which brings me to the main point of this video. The default character, which I have aptly named the default dude, or any skin that closely resembles a faceless character, are the best, bar none. What do I mean by default character? Well, if we use Modern Warfare 2019 as an example, when the game first came out, we had a small host of operators to choose from and play with. And while there were a lot of interesting choices and cool designs with themes, for me the characters I played were the default characters, the ones that didn't really have a name or interesting backstory. They kinda just look like any generic soldier, and I love that. To me, characters that are not their own person or entity can create a much more positive response when playing as them. It helps facilitate the self-insert desire, whereby playing as someone who isn't really their own individual, they are not provided a distinct name or any relation to the cause that they're fighting for. It makes it feel more like I'm playing an extension of myself rather than anyone specific. This mentality is very similar to my thought process with the characters in For Honor, opting to play heroes that don't have a visible face, so it makes it feel like me playing someone that could be me versus someone with a specific name, story, and background all to their own. They can certainly look cool, but it's never as cool as some of the default skins on offer. I also think it simply boils down to the default style-looking characters and skins are just more pleasing to my eye than some of the more lavish and exotic-looking skins. I'm sure some people love them, and that's fine, but they're not really for me. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Now, not every game is like this either, where their base roster is fairly meager but gets better over time and has more interesting default dudes. But as an example for 2019, this really wasn't the case. And this goes for shooters in any other game with skins as well. Now again, there are exceptions to this. Rose was a character that was introduced in Season 5 of Modern Warfare 2019, and she ended up becoming the character I played as the most. But, to be fair, her face and her default skin, let me say that again, we're talking about default Rose, not Rook Rose from the Battle Pass, isn't completely visible. There was a little more information given to the player that can fill in the gaps with some minor facial features visible, but it's not enough to make her face completely canny. She does have another skin where her head is completely revealed, but in the end I didn't like that. The added mystery of what she looked like under the mask and helmet added to her allure. I mean, she was also just a badass character in my opinion, but I digress. The skin I used for the longest time before she was added was this guy, same dude from the thumbnail, the Balkan Special ATU skin. His design is, to me, perfect and the absolute best representation of what I'm trying to convey in this video. Some more awesome designs that facilitate the default dude idea is the default Spetsnaz character, as well as almost all the Milsim characters. Anything that didn't reveal all the characters' facial features are some of the best designs. Simple, straightforward, grounded. I enjoy a little bit of realism with what a character would be wearing when going to shoot people in a simulated experience. I'm sure there are people out there who also enjoy these kind of skins more than the crazy ones. And here are some more examples of the Milsims. Like, come on, look how cool and badass these dudes are, all geared out, operated as hell, ready to kick ass. To me, these are default dudes, and I will always personally choose a skin like this over most options available in a game. It's why, in a game like Tarkov, I always try to conceal my character's face, because not only does it make me harder to see, but it allows for him to look way cooler than if it was just his face exposed. And in Tarkov, you can do more than just cover over the face. You can put, glasses on, different hats, some fake facial hair, and again, these can mirror the same effect. A full shemeg or balaclava makes this feeling more potent though. Although to be fair, Tarkov is way less about the self-insert aspect and making sure that my guy's pasty-ass bald head isn't seen from 400 meters by someone with a scope, but the point still stands. Default dude is best dude. When it comes to a variety of different shooters, a lot of the time, default character designs really stand out, especially if later down the line they are iterated upon and new and different default style characters become available. I know people might not use the word default to describe these kind of characters, but within the context of a shooter with a lot of different characters to choose from, most people see these kinds of designs as the default option, especially considering they are usually the first options not only available to you, but are chosen the first time you boot up the game by default, hence the name. Either way, these skins are awesome, and to me, superior to a lot of what's on offer for unlock or purchase. Don't feel bad if you use the default character. Rep that default dude with pride, because you know I'm going to as well. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and if you enjoyed this conversation about default dudes in games, consider subscribing so we can have more conversations about stuff that we all find interesting. I'll hope to see you in future ones.